Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, Ohio?
No, I've never been to Ohio.
No.
I've only been up and down the East Coast.
To Sandiston, New Jersey? Have you ever been to Sandiston, New Jersey? No,
That's not the
wrong
episode
one.
that we're talking about. That's next podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But I have been there. I live like I actually played golf there. I played golf there last
All
week.
right, fuck Sandiston.
No, it's got good.
Have
Hidden
you ever
Acres is a
gone-
great course. I love it. If you guys want to give me a discount, if you guys want to sponsor the podcast, so I can
Yeah,
afford
all
golf.
30 of these. One of them happens to be the guy from that golf place.
That'd be really funny. If you, I fucking love your podcast.
He's like, I love the podcast, bro.
I'm like, which one?
Please
He's like,
come
not
and
that
vote.
one, not that one,
Please
not
come
that
and-
podcast.
Please come and play golf.
I'm really bad. He'd never ever endorse me.
No, we'd have you come just as a personality or celebrity
And everyone's like, who the
that he
fuck's that?
could beat.
Yeah. Everyone's like, who'd you beat? He's like, this dude, he does a podcast.
He's got a podcast. You know how hard it is to make a podcast, dude?
You just have to like show up.
So hard. You just got to submit it to the internet.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to name names, but I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, yeah, I have to like figure out how to like upload my podcast again because I don't want to pay anymore for SoundCloud and I'm having a hard time getting it on like other platforms. I'm like, dude, Anchor's free. Just
Dude,
put it on Anchor, it goes everywhere. And then,
Apple's free.
well, I mean, but that's just Apple, isn't it?
No. Apple is pretty much everybody. So this is not, what are we?
Still a podcast. Who gives a
Okay,
shit?
that's true. This can be a separate one.
It could be the same one.
Once it goes on to Apple, most podcasting services
Take it right from there.
just pull it right from there without you even fucking doing anything. So once you put it up on Apple, everybody starts pulling it off from there.
That's
but
probably what
then,
Anchor does then. You go
but-
to Anchor, they probably put it right on Apple, and they're like, yeah, we hoped you get on everything else.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But then do they like own your shit or something? Because I
Anchor?
have like
I don't
my
think
own
so.
account
Anchor,
on
you just
Apple.
Anchor helps you find sponsorships and shit, but now it is getting boring. Back to Clinton Road.
How's it worked? You got any sponsorships?
Theirs. They sponsor you, and then every episode you get like X amount of cents. I'm at like $3 right now.
Yeah. Hey, that's better than
Any other side
that's
of
better we're doing. So fucking good job, Anchor.
Yeah,
So
Not a
did they
sponsor.
put you on Apple?
I'm on everything with them. It's on Spotify, Apple, everything.
There you go. Do you have an affiliate link
No,
so people could sign up and then
Nope.
you can make 30 cents off of their podcast?
nope. They just have to listen to mine where I do the ad at the beginning.
What ad do you say? Hey, thanks Anchor for
I go, hey, if you guys like podcasting and want to do your own, sign up with Anchor.fm. It's free. I use it. It's amazing. Put you on all the platforms.
There you go.
I'm not even reading off paper right now. I'm just a
There you
fucking-
go. I want fucking 12 cents or whatever you get from this podcast.
I probably won't get anything. You have to listen to my podcast to get the money.
Is this not going to be this one turned into your podcast once we start talking about podcasting?
Let's move on to Clinton Road. We can always make it about Clinton Road.
All right, yeah. Dude, podcasting is spooky just like Clinton Road.
Yeah. Not so spooky, actually.
Do you remember that time that we went there?
Yeah. Kind of. It wasn't as eventful as I thought it was. I think the Doll Cemetery was definitely better.
They haven't seen that. Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, they could have seen it. We could talk
Okay.
about both. I mean, we'll do a separate podcast. I'm just mentioning
Okay.
it.
I agree. I mean, I think I've gone to Clinton Road several times, like when, because Weird New Jersey was always around.
Yeah, I have like all the
So-
magazines and stuff.
Yeah. So when we were young, we'd always read those, be bored on Friday night or whatever. Just have your license. So you're like, yeah, we can drive up here or whatever.
Back before the internet.
Yeah, we had to wait for Weird New Jersey to come out. No, we had I'm pretty 797. I wonder if we did have a fucking computer at the house. Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
I had a computer, but
In 97?
pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. We probably
Actually, maybe not. I was 6.
I was 17. 97.
Worst thing is though, you probably actually look about the same age as me. So it's like I'm just abusing my body.
I don't know. You just need to drink more water.
Yeah, I drink a lot of it, but then I go home and I drink a lot of beer, and then I go to places like Clinton Road.
Clinton Road, that's right. That's what we're talking about.
It's
Clinton
so easy to
Road.
veer off topic of that boring ass fucking spot.
We had beers on Clinton Road. Listen,
that was the funnest part.
I don't know. We went there when we were young and shit. Nothing ever happened. It was never
probably better back then though, because now it's like they redid the road. Like Dead Man's Curve, they clearly changed from what it used to look like.
I feel like the first time we went there, but again, we couldn't look up what it looked like when we got there. So we're just like
whatever your imagination
We're just
was.
like, I don't know which one is it, because there is a couple of bridges.
Yeah, and they're all pretty fucking deadly turns.
Yeah. So unless you had the magazine Weird New Jersey, that one in your hand to look at, like you didn't have any idea what the bridge was supposed to look like. So
even then, though, I doubt it looked like it does now, which is like
no, it didn't.
It looks very nice and residential. And...
yeah. Well, like I think that the bridge was still the way it was when I originally went there.
So the pictures online must be old as fuck.
Right. Exactly.
Which is kind of a sad thing that they wouldn't update it, because now, like when we looked, and then you go there,
it's
get,
just
like,
Jersey barriers.
Yeah. Like it used to look like it was like a fucking bad spot. Like now it's just like
yeah, but that's probably why, because all those people that live on it, because it is a fucking residential road.
Yeah, they're like, can you please update this shit?
Yeah,
paying taxes.
Yeah, when you drive down Clinton Road, the whole time you're just like, I'm just in somebody's neighborhood right now.
And people stare at you.
Yeah, because they're just like, oh, these assholes driving down the road again.
We saw two other groups of people that same night. There was a group of girls, and then at the end there was that group. There was like guys, and a couple girls. They were like yelling and obnoxious. It's like they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk to them.
Yeah, it sounds right. Once you got guys, huh?
Guys can get obnoxious. Well, the girls didn't want to get interviewed by anybody either.
They were also 11 teen, so I think it's best that we didn't interview any of them.
It wasn't my idea.
Be one to get fucking.
I was just trying to do my show.
Fix his headphones.
What, the skull?
Sorry, we veered off track. Yeah, Cross Castle isn't there.
Yeah, that was the biggest disappointment, because I thought for sure that you guys
even
saw
thought
something.
We saw it.
You guys did. I was like, yeah, maybe there's something out there.
It was like dusk was just setting in, and then it got super foggy at the same time, and there was a bunch of trees, and we pulled off on the side of the road, and I'm the one that said it. I was like, yo, I think I see something out there. So I walked through this high ass wet grass and get all wet, like, and then I'm like, the closer I get, I'm like, I don't really see
You're
anything
staring
anymore.
into a field. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm sure people that live there are driving by and they're just like, what is this guy doing?
Cross Castle was over there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I looked it up like, what was it, like 2 or 3 days after we went, because we were trying to figure out like a second like trip there, and I was like, oh, it got knocked down like the 80s. Like, it hasn't been there since the fucking 80s. There's a bunch of shit that's not there anymore. Like the abandoned house at the beginning, I think someone lives there now. It was the abandoned house, and now it's like there's someone living there.
But it's like it's just an empty house, man. Like,
well, it was supposed to be like weird shit happened there. And then there's like some like ritual looking spot you could find where people would make sacrifices and stuff. Like, is that actually there? Like, where on the road would you look for that?
Behind my house on the mountain, there's all these rocks that are painted, and people I heard that there was like Satanist groups that went there and fucking whatever, but I spent a lot of time in the woods, and I never fucking saw anybody in the woods.
It was just rumors that people make up.
Knew people that the other people in the woods that I saw
were your friends,
were like, or they were, at least they just lived in the development on top of the mountain, like. It wasn't like a big mystery who the fuck they were. The one guy, he was older than us, but by probably maybe 10 years, 8-10 years. but he was like maybe a little simple, and he lived on
It's the
this.
most PC way that you could have said that. Kind
Right.
of disappointing, to be honest.
So he would. There was a bunch of foundations and stuff in the woods by us, like from back George Washington days and stuff, where the houses had fallen. There's a well in the woods. And he would go in and find these foundations and like restack the rocks back up, like, and build fucking like weird little buildings and stuff out of rocks. There's a bunch of them built on the mountain from him. And
we should start a weird New Jersey thing about him, but we don't tell him it's him. It's a ghost of a guy who like rebuilt shit.
Dude.
They find out it's just some simple guy in like his 50s now. He's just like
exactly
stacking rocks.
Yeah. He looked like when we were younger, he looked like Smithers or whatever. Like from just a young version of him.
That's weird.
But like a young woodsy version, not a rich version.
Hence why he's playing with rocks.
We should go there and actually do a thing there because
might as well.
Yeah, it's right there. And like I said, there's a couple we can just pretend like we didn't say this and be like, what are these weird buildings? Why are they here?
Still explore them. The show wasn't supposed. It's not supposed to always be haunted stuff now. You wanted it to be repelling.
Well, yeah,
the haunted repelling.
And I'm also gonna take you to like Monster Truck Show
eventually when they exist
again, and stunt show where you can watch like car stunts, demo derbies.
I used to go to a bunch done in Florida.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I grew up in Florida.
Did you see people? That's all right. How'd you never go to a monster truck show?
I've been to a monster truck show.
Oh, okay.
Like one. It was mostly
TJ
demolition
said he
derbies,
never went to one.
Demolition derbies are like, that's just like someone's backyard in Florida.
Did you have any Clinton Road type deals in Florida?
No. I used to just go in the woods and there was like hurricanes would knock over trees and like they would have really big roots and we'd make like campsites underneath like the root because it would make like a big like basically like.
And you would party in the soul of that tree?
I was like 12, but yeah. I was like, we're going to go like fishing and shit and come back here. And then like 15-year-olds are going to hit us and tell us to leave. It's going to be a great time.
Sounds fucking erotic.
Yeah, it was cool. Listen to Jimmy Buffett and shit. Miss Florida.
Jimmy Buffett.
But Clinton Road, I think when we first, because we drove separate. When I first started pulling up to it, and I saw the restaurant on the corner, I was like, this ain't gonna. Because like the road starts here, and then the restaurant's here, and then the road goes that way. So it's like there's already like shit going on at the beginning of the road. I was like, there's no way this is gonna get like.
But didn't you say it's like the longest light in New Jersey? I was
that was Nicky Petito.
I was like, that's not a scary fucking fact about this road. Like we're talking about haunted shit.
You confused me with two different people in 5 minutes. Neither one looks even remotely close to me.
It was just conversation surrounding Clinton Road, I suppose. Yeah, that's the longest light in the fucking. And I'm like, what's that got to do with the road? They say
you sit there for so long, you kill yourself.
The souls of all the people that killed themselves at that light is still haunting.
There's a skeleton sitting in the car. Turn green. Just like.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a scary fact. Let's get to some scary shit. But like at this point, it is kind of just like
it's a bullshit
neighborhood road.
Yeah, I would never go there. The only cool, scary fact for sure is that KKK rally, I wouldn't picture as being like a scary fact because that's just like a part of history.
If you were black, that would be scary.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it's not happening now.
If you came across one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you came across a member now, but even now, I think most black people would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, no one supports you people. You call yourselves dragons. And then...
I'm sure, they wouldn't do anything.
No, they would just like,
hold flags. Here. They would hold flags, and the other guys would hold flags, and that's all they would do.
Stop fucking my wife. But like the only like real fact is the what's the ice truck killer or whatever his name was. The mafia dude killed people and like freeze their bodies. Yeah, or maybe the Iceman.
They call him. Yeah. I was gonna call him Sub-Zero. The mafia guy, Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, he's like Asian and shit.
No, do you remember? Wasn't that Arnold Schwarzenegger
Sub-Zero?
in that fucking?
He played Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin.
I'm mixing him up with Sub-Zero.
You mix
from
everybody
fucking...
up. You're mixing everybody up.
Dude,
That's the greatest movie ever. If you're gonna get high and watch a movie, watch Batman and Robin stoned out of your mind. Everything that Arnold Schwarzenegger says is a fucking pun. Like he literally shows up and he's like, freeze bird brain, and like freezes Robin. And then he's like freezing an entire room. He's like, welcome to the Ice Age. And it's like everything is just so on the fucking nose. And then they have bat nipples. Because like the director was gay, so the Batmobile ended up looking like a penis, and their cod pieces got fucking massive, and they all had nipples on their bat suits. It's the greatest movie of all time.
nipples?
Bat nipples, is what I like to call them. Yeah,
okay.
because like Robin, it has areolas, and then like the actual like bump part for no reason. It's a fucking costume. It's amazing.
I was watching Barbarians or something on, I don't know, fucking Netflix. And they had their cape deals came across and hooked on the suit had a nipple on it, and then it was pierced, and the capes were hooked to the piercing. And I'm like, there's no way that they really did this in real life.
Who designed this costume? Some guy in the back is like, this is gonna be so fucking good.
Yeah,
Like,
homoerotic
nipples watching it.
fucking armor suits. I'm pretty sure maybe they did. Who the fuck knows? But I would like to
When
see
they fight, they just fucking rip them
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
Ah!
Yeah, that's how you defeat the other one. You can get in and hook their suit
The
nipple
nip
ring.
clip.
It's actually their actual nipples pulled through.
It's their only vulnerable spot. They're barbarians otherwise.
No, that was the Romans had the nipple armor.
Oh, that makes sense. Barbarians like, why we pierce our nipples?
They just
They
had
put their
yeah,
capes on the end of their
exactly.
dick.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
they had shields on the end of their dick and their capes hooked to their fucking nipples.
Nipple. And they're just like,
Take me.
take me. So yeah, Clinton Road. So fascinating. We
Dude,
talk about
there
other
was
things.
no barbarians on Clinton Road. Yeah.
We didn't see anything. We had to fake your dog attacking us to make it seem like something.
What
interesting
are you
happened.
talking about? That was a vicious animal.
She's the star of the second episode. You barely see us, so
Well,
I had to
I'm
keep
s-
cutting around when I was editing the doll episode. I had to keep cutting out the parts. You're like, stop it! And like your dog's trying to like eat the fucking toys. I was like, how do I get this out to where it doesn't seem like super jarring? This dog just trying to fucking defile a grave.
she
What's
don't know no better. Those were good stuffed animals there.
Some of them were really, really rotten looking.
She would have liked those the best, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
She'd have pulled them out and rolled
We have to
on 'em.
save that for another episode. Because I have like things I'm about to start saying. I'm like, no, that's a different episode.
I think they might be done with the open mic down there. Yo, so if you go to Clinton Road, just drive through it, and then
Well, we saw, like I said, two groups of people, and like everyone, no one could find, because the first people that we saw, we thought we found Dead Man's Curve, and then these girls kept driving back and forth. We're like, what the fuck are these people doing? And eventually they got out, and they were like, is this it? Like, no one seems to know
yeah,
where it actually is.
and we're like, we also think it is too. Well, because it used to be stone, right? And then everybody spray painted it.
And now it's just
So then they
clean
put
and
Jersey barriers up
Yeah.
and fence. Cool.
There's a spray painted stone
Real
that said
cool.
"You a bitch."
You a bitch.
I made sure I made that like a highlight of the episode.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, me too. Most of the footage was us peeing. We got like Jad got like 5 different shots of us peeing.
It was a long search through there for nothing.
Yeah, because like we did like the dead kid, and obviously nothing happened, but we faked it. And,
What?
oh yeah, he's bad at counting. He gave us more change than what we gave him. What else
You're
did we
like
do?
you're like a magician, just giving away all
Magicians
the
don't
fucking...
give away the thing. I'm the opposite of a magician.
No, you're a hated magician right now.
That makes sense. That makes more sense.
People have come out and done it, and then the rest of the magician community hates him. They shun him.
Next time you see like Nicky Petito, you're gonna be like, remember, like you're like a fucking shitty magician. He's like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, that's I'm confusing you with like 8 other people right now.
I always say, Nicky Petito's got a lot of personality. None of them are his. Oh,
That makes sense. I saw someone the other day did a Dice impression at Flamingos. That was at the last 2 minutes.
John DeMann.
No, he's been coming up a lot. Why are people talking about him so much?
I don't know. He's the only person I've seen do a Dice.
I forget the guy's name.
Yeah.
I saw him at Comedy Cove, but that's a.
Can't talk about them here.
Well, yeah, nobody likes it. Well, either way, it's not applicable to Clint.
I mean, I think maybe you can't talk about here or there.
I don't talk about anything there except for my act,
line.
and I fucking leave.
Well, that's a good idea.
But
you'll get shunned.
It's pretty easy to not do anything there. But what else did we do? We did like the Dead Kid at Dead Man's Curve. We tried to find Cross Castle.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
That was it. No, we got chased by a truck. We didn't get on.
We didn't do the truck one.
We didn't get it on film. But a truck chased us.
Well, that one truck was going up and down the road a lot.
This one.
No one got footage of that one guy, did we? The guy who was like hauling ass up and down the road. Like he literally kept going back and forth at the end.
Oh, yeah.
We kept meaning to get footage and like nobody did. We just hung out and drank beer and watched him.
That's true. I wonder if that was the ghost truck.
I don't think so. He kept going back and forth. He was just like...
Well, what the fuck would a ghost truck do? I guess maybe he could just continuously go from the same end.
Yeah.
You should just keep seeing him go the same way.
He's like Zoolander. He can't turn left.
If he came by like 3 times the same way, then we would have had to just been like... We did see that lady that we thought was a ghost lady.
You guys did, yeah.
I did. She was super
I thought she
skinny.
was weird, but...
She was super skinny.
It's because she's always walking.
Super pale. Had like a little... Did she have a black sundress on? Red one?
I thought she was wearing more like exercise clothing, like leggings and stuff, because she was walking.
I think she had like a flowy top on, maybe some pants.
My memory is pretty terrible.
You're giving me shit for confusing you with people.
I don't confuse people. I just can't remember events.
She's walking by, and then we go, or no, who said it?
I think it was
Anthony.
Jed. Oh, it was Anthony?
He's like, hey, what's good to get footage of or something like that? And she's like, just enjoy being alive and experiencing nature or something. It's all beautiful. And I was just like, bro, this is like some spirit from the fucking beyond. She basically just told us like appreciate being alive.
Because you're gonna fucking
and
die
then just
night.
kept walking and then she disappeared.
Yeah, we didn't see her again, that's true.
She was like,
also probably just lives on the road.
She was like, I'm dead. Appreciate being alive.
There's a whole lake community there. I doubt
I'm going to walk off into the darkness.
Into the beautiful fog that is not Cross Castle. We found the trails too by your
She
car.
disappeared. We saw her. She walked by, disappeared, and then guess what? It got foggy as fuck.
That's true too. That was her spirit. Yeah. We figured it
and
out.
then we inserted ourselves into her spirit.
Okay.
For cross.
it's like, let's see where this goes. I'll give him a chance.
Right? We got all up into her spirit.
And she was like, no, wait, please. I was like, you're right. We shouldn't be here. It's scary.
I was like, maybe it's not Cross Castle.
This is the weirdest fucking podcast ever. It has nothing to do with Clinton Road. So what now?
I don't know. Are you going to be able to make this a podcast?
I could cut it. I mean, I'm not even going to cut it up. I'll just post it the way it is. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'll make it sound good.
This is what I do all the time. I just
bullshit.
Go off course.
That's what I do on my podcast. I think that's the beauty of podcasting. It doesn't have to be strictly about a shitty fucking road that shouldn't be in weird New Jersey anymore. That's the one thing to take away from this podcast, people. It's
some things need to be revoked.
Yeah, it's not
from weird New Jersey.
It's not creepy at all. Meanwhile, I don't think that the doll cemetery is in any of that. Like I can't find the doll cemetery
No.
online. It's
No.
literally just word of mouth, which I think we say in the episode. But I just know people who have been there, and they're all like, "It's creepy as fuck." And like, no, I mean, I googled it. You could not. There's another one in Connecticut.
By now, she was 13 when she died. Not
so.
young enough to have some
Dolls, yeah.
fucking little teeny dolls.
No, they should be leaving like tampons and shit at her grave.
Exactly. That's where I was going. And by now, fuck, you should be leaving her dildos.
Yeah.
Because
She's like
she's
fucking
old as
500.
fuck. Yeah.
No one wants that.
Yeah.
They gave her a new tombstone.
Yeah.
She had the nicest tombstone there, which is weird. Like, who paid for that? Because she doesn't seem
Yeah.
to have a family.
Is
like,
her no?
I mean, I imagine if she did it, there'd be something on Google about her.
Why?
I don't know.
Can't even. Did you look up her actual name in the story? You're just looking up doll grave.
You can't look it up. You can't look it up. There's nothing there.
If you had her name, maybe you could search her name directly. This is another podcast. So we've gone directly into the doll grave podcast.
No, this is hinting at that podcast.
Oh. Well, more on doll grave at the next podcast.
Yeah.